If you're trying to stay lean year-round, will it make you miserable? This is an important topic to revisit from time to time, and considering that I received a comment on a recent video, had a discussion in the Jack to 40 Club, and had a text chat with one of my friends and former clients about it, figured there's no better time than now to have a conversation with you about it. Now, in the video, I was talking about how it takes hard work and sacrifice in order to get lean, but it is so worth it. And in the comment section, one of our fellow bros shared his opinion that, yeah, but if you're trying to stay lean year-round, you're going to be miserable. Now, my response to that is that if you're miserable trying to stay lean, you are doing something wrong. In my experience, 9 times out of 10, it's not how lean you are that's making you miserable, it's your lifestyle and your mindset. Now, a great example of this would be the discussion that we had in the Jack That's 40 Club. One of the members got really lean and was trying to maintain that level of leanness in addition to his active lifestyle, working out and doing a lot of cycling. And he found that he was feeling like shit. He found that he was becoming food obsessed. So what ended up happening was he decided that, you know what, I'm done with tracking and I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And he ended up having a few days of binge eating there. And he noticed that, wow, I feel so much better. I'm so much stronger now. I'm performing better in my cycling. My mental focus is so much better, and I'm no longer food obsessed. Trouble is, he's eating a whole lot more. But the thing is, I'm like, okay, it's only been a few days here. It's not that you've gained a bunch of fat and all of a sudden it's your body fat that is making you feel better. It's that you are providing your body with more fuel, an adequate amount of fuel to thrive and perform your best in all that you're doing. So rather than going from, I dove into it, like looking at, okay, what are the issues? What's the lifestyle going on here? What's the mindset going on here? Let's get to the root of the problem, because it's not your level of leanness that's causing you to feel like shit and to be food obsessed here. So we looked at it, and he was consuming 2,500 calories per day. To me, that wasn't quite enough. It wasn't an adequate amount of food based on his activity level, his height, his weight. So rather than going from 2,500 calories to, oh, fuck it, I'm going to eat whatever I want, and gaining 20 pounds in a short period of time, he learned from this experience. We had a great discussion about this. So he's going through a cutting phase right now. When he gets back to maintenance, he's going to go a little bit higher in calories. It may just be like 2,600, 2,700 calories, maybe 2,800 calories may suit him best and allow him to thrive, rather than going from an inadequate amount of fuel to perform his best in life to like way overboard, like way more fuel than you need in order to sustain your lifestyle. So just taking a more slow and steady approach, an experimenter's mindset, in order to find the amount of fuel that's going to suit you best, allow you to, if you want to maintain your level of leanness, find that calorie target, find that food intake there that's going to allow you to, again, perform your best, feel your best, and again, not be so food obsessed. And I hear other people say, oh, anyone who's got abs is food obsessed and everything. It's not having abs doesn't make you food obsessed. That's a mindset thing. That's you. It's a choice, your personal choice, to be obsessed over the food, to really be meticulous over all the little things that you're eating, and to really worry about how many calories are in that, and is this going to make me fat or anything like that. Like that's overboard. That's why it's so important. Like, it's a big reason why, again, I'm glad he stopped tracking his calories and he became a little bit more intuitive with his food intake. That's going to be his approach right now after this cutting phase. Even with this cutting phase, he's not tracking calories. He's paying more attention to his portion sizes, what he's consuming, and going from there. That's like when you are, like, I think food tracking is an incredible, eye-opening educational experience, but it should be temporary. And while you're tracking your intake, you really need to have a heightened sense of awareness with your satiety, how you're feeling, how you're performing, and eyeball, like, looking at the portion size that you're consuming. All right, this amount of calories is about this portion size, and this is how I feel when I eat this portion size. And then eventually you wean yourself off of that, because you now have the intuitive skills to realize, all right, this is when I'm satiated. This is when I'm thriving. This amount of fuel is enough to allow me to perform my best in all that I'm doing. So you relax. You don't have to worry about the calorie tracking anymore. You don't have to be obsessed about the calories that are in all the foods that you're eating. And you realize that you can, if you're eating to the point of satisfaction, you can enjoy all your favorite foods, all of your favorite treats. You work it all in there. You also pay attention to, like, all right, these are the foods that allow me to feel my best, perform my best, and thrive in all aspects of my life. So again, it's not being obsessed over how much is in each, and is this going to make me fat? Is this going to make me gain weight? It's like, this is the amount of fuel, and this is the type of fuel that's going to allow me to perform my best. So we really evaluated all that, his intake. We realized the root of the problem wasn't how lean lean he was, and the root of the problem, like for him feeling like shit and being food obsessed, had nothing to do with how lean he was. It was that he wasn't consuming an adequate amount of fuel, and he was by choice being a little obsessive about his food intake. Again, had nothing to do with how lean he is. It's just learning experience from the process there. I think a great conversation with one of my friends, former coaching clients. He kind of mentioned a similar thing. He's like, he's like saying it's so freaking hard to lose fat and to keep it off. And that's a huge deal out there. It's got nothing to do. His thing was like getting lean and staying lean. And I'm like, it's got nothing to do with how lean you are. It's no matter how much weight you lose, it is difficult to lose that weight, and it's difficult to keep it off. Even if you are stopping, you're at your goal and you're at a higher body fat percentage, you're not at a point where most people would consider lean, but you're happy. Like that's your happy place. That's all you wanted to get to. Maintaining that weight loss is still really freaking difficult. The big thing is, like we've talked about it in recent videos, I mean, we are just faced with just a massive amount of temptations on a daily basis. It is really tough to manage that. It's really tough to, the commercials, the bombarded with commercials and advertising, friends telling us, come on, just live a little, have another beer, have another burger and fries with me, and ridiculing us if we're eating something like healthy, and why are you just eating rabbit food or anything? Come on, have this. This is a big reason. Again, the conversation that I was having with my friend, former client there, is like, holy crap, like 75%, 3/4 of our population is either overweight or obese. Like we've got an issue here. Like we got a problem here, a massive problem that we need to address now. And his thing was like, we're not armed with the tools to help us lose the weight, let alone keep that weight off. And a big thing is, again, like I'm at my point right now because I've learned throughout this process. It's taken a lot of practice, a lot of effort, a lot of work to get to this point where I can stay lean year round and thrive and feel my best because I've learned how to eat to the point of satisfaction. I've learned the amount of fuel that allows me to perform my best, whether it's in the weight room, yoga, doing cardio, out on the paddleboard, playing hockey, playing sports, just anything and everything. I know how much I need to consume, not based on calories, my portion size. I don't need to track calories anymore. I've again put in that effort. I put in that time. I put in the work to get to this point where I can thrive, and I don't really have to think about it anymore. It just becomes second nature. But again, it's taken time. It's taken a learning experience. Lots of tools that I have utilized over the years in order to allow me to get to this point. And one of the observations from my friend there is that he noticed that the people who are able to stay lean, to get lean and stay lean, seem to be single guys. And I can see where that comes. I mean, I'm a single bro right now, living on my own, and I think it does have its benefits. I mean, I don't have kids in the house anymore with their treats and stuff around here to tempt me. I just keep minimal food in the house, and I don't have any processed foods in here. It's just whole natural nutrient foods that I keep in the house, so I can go to bed at the time that I want to go to bed. There's no one to keep me up at night. So it's very easy for me to get into routine, but I think there's also advantages to having a partner, to living with a spouse, a partner, having kids in the house. I mean, that can be your support system at time. Again, it can work against you, but again, if you're on your own, it can be difficult as well. You don't have anyone, like when you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I can run to the store, get some Ben & Jerry's chips, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, some chips, some M&Ms, and watch this movie here. Like, if you had a partner who is supportive, they might, whoa, no, you don't need to do that right now. So I think there's advantages, there's pros and cons to both. I mean, I lost my 50 pounds of fat when I was married, when my kids were 8 and 10 years old. So it wasn't me being single at the time that was an advantage. I did find it as just doing it for myself at that time. I didn't really have, even at home, I didn't have the greatest support system, but it was there, and I did it for myself. I knew I wanted to feel my best. I wanted to thrive. So I think both, it can be more difficult when you're living a family and lifestyle. It can be more difficult when you're single as well. There's pros and cons to both. So again, the bottom line is that it is hard work to get lean. It's hard work to stay lean, but it's not going to, it doesn't, either way, doesn't have to make you miserable. You don't have to be miserable dieting. You can have, if you have the right approach, make it an enjoyable process to get lean. Yes, you're making sacrifices, but you can still thrive throughout the process, and you get to that goal. You're learning throughout the journey. You're setting a good structure and routine in place while you're getting lean. So when you go to stay lean, it's just a matter of keeping that lifestyle exactly the same, just increasing your portion sizes to the amount it's going to allow you to perform your best in the activities that you are perform best and really thrive with the lifestyle. So consuming amount of fuel that supports your lifestyle. That is what is key. It's the amount of fuel that you're providing yourself with to sustain your lifestyle, the type of lifestyle that allows you to get the greatest joy out of life. So again, there's some people, like I said, 9 out of 10, that 1 out of 10, it's just people who they're trying to get leaner than their set point really allows them to. Some people just are not meant to have 6-pack abs or be really lean. Their level of lean is maybe a 2-pack, maybe a 4-pack. Again, you got to know what's going to allow you to thrive, but I find most people can thrive being lean. There's no detriment to being lean. Again, lean is more of a range. I think it's quite a range. We're not talking about stage lean. Like that's basically shredded. Like you're not talking about like really, if you're got ab veins crawling up there, you're not lean. You're like ripped. You're shredded. So that's something that you don't want to sustain. You want to stay in a nice, healthy level of leanness that you feel great, that allows you to perform your best and making sure that your lifestyle is in check, you're getting your sleep, you're getting an adequate amount of fuel, you're managing your stress well. Those are all the things that are more important than just your level of body fat percentage there. So those are my insights. That's my opinion on this topic. I'd love to hear what yours is down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback. Would love to hear from you. Really looking forward to that. If you enjoyed today's video, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. And before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you next video.